Hi, welcome today. Let's take a look at the general market and see what's going on. And the big thing that's going to happen this week is going to be the Fed rate decision. And this is where the Fed decides if it's going to put up interest rates or they're going to leave it on hold. And the general market has been hesitating, waiting for this. So it's the main thing that's going to matter. So this is going to happen nearer the end of the week. Typically, this time of the year, let me just get rid of this. Typically, at this time of the year, investors start looking for stocks that can run for the next 6 months. So they start in October and they can run all the way through to the end of March. And this Fed rate decision could be the catalyst if this kind of move could possibly start. Before we came on air, we were talking about one particular stock in one sector, and last year looking at my charts, it ran from a low of about $18 to nearly $70 in just about 7 or 8 months. So you can see that period of time of the year is very, very important. Lots of investors and traders will have particular stocks and particular sectors.
Alan, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why could you not mention the name of the stock?
Well, it's not for me to mention individual companies. It's just really sectors and like currencies and this, that, and the other. Because all types of trading come with a wealth warning. Individual people, take trades and hold them for a longer period of time, and they're investors. So really, people should do their own research on individual stocks. So I'll talk.
Okay, so if people wanted to find out more about what you were trading privately, could they come and learn from you?
Yes, of course, they could come and learn from me, and then obviously on a one-to-one basis, I'll tell them what kind of stocks I'm watching, and so on and so forth. So I teach people how to trade the markets, whether they want to invest in the markets, whether they want to swing trade the markets, day trade, whether they want to look at stocks, currencies, sectors. I mean, for instance, one sector that's very, very good from the beginning of each year, from January, is the house building sector. Now, in the house building sector in the UK, there's numerous house builders. They're all doing very, very well. So what an investor...
Why is January important for house building?
Well, it's one of those things that there are particular times of the year that are very, very good. I suppose if you went into look at the fundamentals, you'd find out the reasons why. I suppose a lot of people coming in the new year and start buying houses. But there are just various times of the years that are very, very good for trading and investing. And so I've said the kickoff really is in October, and we're all of us are waiting for this Fed rate decision, and hopefully they don't increase rates. Perhaps they lay off. They're a little bit worried about the market, so we're all waiting to see what they do. And if they do increase rates by a small amount, does the market sigh a sigh of relief and start buying? So the first part from October through to December can be known as the Santa Claus rally. And then the other part from January is where people make decisions on, when they're going to invest for the first part of the year. So this period from October through to the end of March is really important. And then
so what do we know what day for everybody that the Fed decision is?
I think it'll be on Thursday.
On Thursday, okay. What time for the UK and the US?
7 o'clock in the evening.
7 o'clock in the evening. Okay, well, that's something for people to look out for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what happened to your trades last week? You were looking at the yen a lot, and I just wonder what happened to your trades.
Well, I do short-term trading and longer-term swing trading and investing. So what I was doing, the S&P futures in the US is a little bit range-bound at the moment because they're waiting for this Fed rate increase. So because it's range-bound, the only trades you can really do are, you know, shorter intraday swings. But I did find,
Excuse me interrupting you, but for those people that don't know what range bound means, could you just help us out there?
well, what happened was that the markets fell because they were worried about China. Okay, that was a couple of weeks ago. Now they're uncertain about what to do next. So all they're doing is they're going from one support level to a resistance level and back again to another support level, and that's a range-bound market. It hasn't found a direction.
Okay.
And the direction they will probably find is this Fed rate, you know, the Fed rate increase or whatever happens, and that's a range-bound market. So you can't buy and hold. You have to trade within that within the price action that you're given, and that's what I did. But I did buy one or two stocks that I thought could benefit. So really good relative strength stocks that could benefit if the rate decision goes the right way.
Okay, and the right way is, well, you're saying that they don't do anything with the rates?
Well, what you want is, it's not that. It's not the news. It's the reaction to the news.
Ah.
So not the news, the reaction to the news. So for instance, if they put rates up, then the market might initially drop because it's perceived as not being very good. But if they start then turning it around and buying into it, then that's a different matter. And that is the reaction to the news. If they don't increase it and it takes off like a steam train, then that's the reaction to the news. So it's not the news, it's the market's reaction to that news.
Okay, so when you're talking about the market, you're always referring to they. So who are they?
Well, it's just a figure of speech. I watch the S&P futures because it's a very good indication of what's going on around the world. And when I say they, I really mean market participants. So are market participants buyers of this market or sell of this market? So that's what I'm referring to as they, the general market.
Okay, so have you do you create such thing as a watch list in the beginning of the week, or do you do it monthly, or what?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can't just, you get the best entries if you create a watch list. So I've always got a watch list. I also have a real-time scanner that scans the market and tells me exactly what's going on.
What do you mean by scanner?
Well, what a scanner does, it scans, you input the different things that you'd like to look for, and then the scanner will search, say, thousands of stocks or all your currency pairs, and it will alert you when that criteria actually happens, and then you can put it into a watch list.
Is that a proprietary thing, or is it something you've developed?
Well, there are lots of different scanners out there, but what I did was I developed my my own proprietary scanner that scans for the things that I'm particularly looking for.
Okay, so
sorry, in swing trading, let me just go on. In swing trading and investing, the same thing occurs. You build a watch list. So I build a folder full of stocks. So for instance, in my folder at the moment, I've got all the house builders, because the house builders is a very, very strong sector. And I'm looking to see when I should get in on particular house building stocks. Now, all I've got to do every day is just go into that folder and see exactly what opportunities exist within that sector.
Okay, do you have a set of criteria that you're looking for when you say waiting to get in? You've got your own formula for your entry levels.
Well, it all depends. It all depends whether you want to trade something and stay for a short period of time, or you want to invest in it. So I do shorter period swing trading. So for instance, I'll pick a hot sector like the house building sector, and every time it sells off and becomes cheap, then I'll buy a number of stocks in that sector. And then when it runs up on the next swing, then I'll sell those house builders. But at some time, I'll decide that I won't sell it. I'll hang on and see if I can go for a bigger run. Now
Okay, and do you protect yourself by moving your stop levels, or how do you make sure that you don't, it doesn't all drop out on you?
Well, first of all, you know, the thing. Yes, I managed all the position with stops, and the first job is to try and get your stop to break even, so your trade is risk free. So while you're out doing other things, you know that you can't lose on the position. So managing the risk is the first part of taking any trade.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, sometimes you talk about biotechs.
Well, if you want to get really, really good momentum, then you've got to go and find out in the market where that momentum is. And one of the sectors where there's very strong momentum is in the biotech sector. So you'd build a folder and you'd put lots and lots of stocks in there that've got momentum, biotech stocks. So you really start with a sector and then drill down after that.
So is there anything to be said about currencies today, or is that just waiting for the
No,
Fed rate on Thursday?
I think everybody's just waiting for the Fed rate decision. So all you can really go for at the moment is just smaller moves.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan. We're going to have another chat on Friday at 10 o'clock. So if you'd like to join in, we'll send you the links. You can check out Alan's Facebook page, Alan Rich Trading, and we'll put the links in there and hope you join us. And if you want to ask some questions, you can ask in the group and we'll answer them live. So thank you, Alan, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you very much.